Hey folks, time for another video. In this video, I just want to talk about one record. Lazarus showed this album in one of his videos a little while back, and when I saw it, my eyes lit up. I was like, oh, gotta have that one. Definitely gotta have that one. And it has just been released recently, and I even saw the ad online on the internet for it, and for some reason, well, I must have had a lot of things going on at the time, personally and with my family, and I just forgot about it. And after seeing Laz's video, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, I gotta go get it. And I thought they were sold out on this, but I got lucky and managed to snag a copy, and man, it's all kinds of awesome. This was a must-have. I would have killed myself if I didn't get this. This is from the band Rush, and it's ABC 1974. And man, this is just all kinds of awesome. This was a very early live recording in 1974 done at the ABC studios. I think a radio station in Cleveland back in 1974 was playing a lot of Rush, and they were becoming popular in the area. And they decided to host one of their concerts and put it on the airwaves back in the day in 1974. And I believe it's when Neil Peart first joined the band, because on this collection are some very early versions of songs that were later to be featured on the Fly By Night album, which is Anthem, Beneath, Between and Behind, and Fly By Night is on here. Very early versions of those songs. And some great rarities from Rush, like the song Garden Road. There's also Bad Boy, Here Again. Some great stuff, Need Some Love. This is just before the Fly By Night album came out, if I'm correct. I really don't check notes before I make these videos, but it's a gatefold record. Let's get back to the record, the packaging. There's the gatefold. This tells a little story of the recording, and of course an awesome picture from the live archives. Very cool, badass Rush record. It's a 2-record set, 180 gram vinyl, and this is a limited edition that's printed on kick-ass blue vinyl. Look at that. And it has a custom label on it. This is just a great record. And I remember this came out as a CD bootleg. Like, I saw it like what had to be 10 years ago. A shop that is now closed in my area, which was called Replay Records, had this as a CD bootleg. And the sound quality wasn't that great because the source was an FM radio broadcast. Now there was a lot of hiss, and there wasn't much bass to it. It was all high end. Like I said, a lot of hiss, but you know what was significant about that is it was being billed as one of the first introduction concerts that introduced Neil Peart as the drummer, or Peart, I should say. And of course you hear, like I said, early versions of some songs that was to become the album Fly By Night. And there's this record number 2. And blue vinyl is just my favorite color for colored vinyl, and green is starting to become that as well. So, love me some blue and green vinyl, especially when it's Rush. Particularly when it's Rush. And I don't know what this is about. This is the insert that came with the record, and it's just a little order form for rock t-shirts, some rock tees, some cool metal ones on here. There was a cool looking Opeth one right here. So, wait for it to get into focus. A cool little Opeth shirt. Who knows? Maybe I could order some of these, but I'll keep that with the record. But it's just an amazing live record. There's a drum solo on here, and you know, Peart or Peart, however you prefer to say his name. The correct way is Peart, but everybody says Peart. Great drum solo by him on here. This is when the band was young, full of energy, and just going for it and kicking some ass. And that's what's great about it. It's like a cool, raw live recording. And I still remember the CD bootleg of this, and it was poorly mixed. Not better job this time of mixing this one, except for the last couple of tracks on here, which you can tell were audience recordings, the anthem, well, the early tracks that were later going to appear on Fly By Night. But Rush, ABC 1974, such a great album. I even kept the promotional sticker that came with it and stuck it on the Blake sleeve, as you can see. Limited edition blue pressing, blue vinyl, I mean. Oh, such a killer album. So really glad I got this. I spun it and cranked the fuck out of this record. It sounded badass, especially the Garden Road. As far as like the rarities, Garden Road is like my favorite Rush rarity. But you know, I only listened to it twice. I need to digest it more. But in love with this record. So really cool stuff. Now, okay, now as I'm filming this, I just got finished rearranging my vinyl here on the shelf, and when it comes to my vinyl, I don't really put things in alphabetical order. One shelf is just some of my all-time favorite bands like Genesis, Rush, Earth, Wind & Fire, Eric Johnson, Pink Floyd, Beatles, The Who. That's what I got on the top shelf. This shelf right here is just all my cheesy 80s albums. Down here is more, I got my Porcupine Tree, my Steven Wilson, my Yes, Dream Theater, Maiden, and a bunch of silly 80s metal, and my Van Halen, Oingo Boingo, and towards the end it gets more King Crimson, Marillion, UK, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and it ends with Joe Jackson. And the bottom shelf is just a disorganized fucking headache. And I finally rearranged everything and put a lot of big artists together. It took me about an hour and a half. Because the one thing I noticed when I was like going through them, I kept pulling out records I forgot I had and hadn't listened to in a while. So that's what took me forever to finish this project. Because I kept getting in order to like, ooh, I forgot I had this. Do it on the turntable and just chilled out with it for a while. And so every now and then I'm thinking I'm going to go through the record shelves and rearrange things just so I can revisit older records. Well, anyway, that's going to do it. Real short and sweet video. This kicks a lot of ass, and I just couldn't wait to show it off. I was going to wait till I went vinyl shopping next week or so, but I wanted to hurry up and show this. So if you're a Rush fan, this is a must-have because it is a badass fucking record. All right, that's going to do it for King. I'll see you guys at the next video.